Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Life is Better with Music with Gavin and Mitchell. We are here for our season 1 finale,
Yes,
and
sir.
we have final scores to talk about. I know everyone's known them by now.
Right.
We've had to let it
Devils have
sink
their
in.
20th championship.
Congratulations, Blue Devils, on their 20th championship, and Bluecoats and Boston Crusaders tying with the silver medals, and I guess crowned with the bronze. Honorary bronze.
That makes
I'm gonna
cadets
call
top
it.
five.
Yeah, exactly. Cadets are top five. So, and that puts who's first out of finals?
Crossman.
Crossman is in 12th place. They made
Yeah.
finals.
They
Woo!
finals. Hey, they got finals. That's worth it.
um, but very interesting turn of events. Let's just let's. I mean, needless to say, let's just get right into this. Like
Let's just talk about
these
this.
insane turn of events. And it's the thing is, we had Bluecoats tie with Boston on semifinals too.
Do I agree with it? Not really,
I
but
don't I don't agree with the tie at
whatever.
all.
I don't agree with a tie at all.
I
I
think
think
if
I, I
the
think
tie was
Boston was a leap above
oh, and I think if anyone I think
personally.
I still think Crown was above Coates too.
I could
And
see it.
I
I
think
just
if anyone was gonna tie after the Blue Devil scores the last couple days or like the last couple days throughout last week, I think it would have been Crown and Boston that would have tied
right,
over
you would think, yeah. I
like
would think so too. I just Boss or Blue Coast just did not speak to me really at all. I mean, it was cool, it was flashy, but it just wasn't for me, and it wasn't my favorite show. It wasn't my favorite Blue Coat show. But you know what was my favorite Blue Coat show, Gavin? The Blue Coats alumni
alumni
core.
core.
You better have a clip. You better have a
I
clip from
don't
your
have a
alumni core.
clip. It's on the social media, so if you want to see our giant 15-minute worth of clips for the Blue Coats alumni core, it's
Bro,
on our social medias.
the
Um,
tag at the end.
you
Oh
can
my God. That
you can
stadium was electric, dude.
you
I
can
absolutely
hear
loved it.
Mitchell and me screaming throughout that video. Like, yeah! Like you hear that
I
throughout
don't
the
blue. I don't usually ever blue, but for that performance, I blued.
Well, that's because it's the
I
alumni
have to.
core. It
I
was their
have to
birthday.
because it's some of my favorite Blue Coat shows. They played what 16, 17 licks, 18. They actually played a little bit
19.
of 19, like a little bit of Eleanor Rigby. You heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Um
They played Creep as
uh
well.
yes, they did. They
So
played the boxer as well. Creeping the boxer, which is
I
great.
love the way they did that.
I love
It
the way they do
built.
that. I swear. But I'm gonna be honest. I think they won the entire show.
Yeah,
I think they beat
see
they
this right
swept
here.
captions.
You
No,
see the
no,
reason why
this is
Blue
fake.
Coats and
This is
Boston
fake.
tied is they actually tied for third place. Devils got second, and the Blue Coats alumni core actually got first place.
Right.
But that
We
means Blue
gotta
Coats
petition
medaled,
this.
and two Blue Coats cores would have medaled
Oh crap. It's like BDB and BD
then.
medaling. Oh geez. I don't know if I want that.
So honestly, Mitchell, I have a side note. Have you
Yes.
tried this yet?
What is it? What flavor is it?
It's Coca-Cola Dream World.
I have not
I don't
tried it
stock
yet.
this product, but I had to try it because I saw pallets worth being sent into these stores the last couple
Right.
days.
So you said screw it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
mango,
Interesting.
and
Yeah,
it
I've never
tastes.
had that.
Have you ever had those mango gummy rings?
No, I have not.
It tastes like those. It tastes like a gummy, and
Interesting.
I don't like drinking gummy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Yeah, it's
that's a side tangent. But
um
uh,
what was
this
your favorite show just of like the top 12?
I think
Outside of Boston.
well yeah I'm not gonna I mean Boston is one of my favorites, but I think overall for this year probably Troopers.
I I couldn't agree more because I
And
absolutely loved what the Troopers did this year, and I just love what they did in terms of percussion. Brass, I think, is gonna take a step up next year because I definitely think the percussion had a lot to do with them pushing in the finals.
oh
Granted, the
yeah,
brass section, I mean, you have to hold your own to be in finals,
yeah,
but
you can't
I
have
just
one section carry you the
no.
whole way. Like,
No. Obviously, the brass has to contribute at least a little bit, which they definitely did.
and I think that
But
was the downfall of SCV this year, is that
I
the
agree.
brass line isn't as up to par as it was before COVID. So the drum line was basically trying to carry them up to top
Well, you
three, and
know
it
who's
just
teaching their trumpets? Ben Gunnarsson.
Ben Gunnarsson. I love Ben. Don't get me wrong.
Ben's playing is absolutely beautiful. We were blessed to hear that one more time. We were
With the
blessed to hear Great Gig
flugelhorn.
in the Sky. Dude, I needed Great Gig. I needed to hear Great Gig in the Sky in person this time. I never saw it live, but
Mm,
now I have. Now I
it
have.
it was
Now
a
I can say that I
surreal
have.
moment.
It was, and the tilt. The entire crowd, regardless of who you cheer for, was on their feet,
Oh my, yeah, the
screaming,
whole. You can see it in
clapping.
the video. You can
It
see
was
many
insane.
people.
We lost our minds for the tilt, dude. The tilt, mm, that was it. That
But
was it.
the Bluecoats Alumni Corps was definitely a favorite. But I
They
think
should be
honestly,
fan favorite,
Mitchell,
honestly.
I said Troopers was my favorite show, probably of the year.
Right.
But honestly, I think I had a favorite show different every night.
I could say the same.
I think,
I love Troopers finals night. I think semifinals. I want to say cadets, but I can't say cadets. Um, because that'd be my favorite show all 3 nights. But I really did love Phantom. I loved Phantom. I love everything about Phantom and what they did. Because I'll tell
yeah,
you what, that's a brass sound we have not heard from Phantom ever. Like even in the like the Firebird and Faust shows and Juliet and Spartacus, we
mm-hmm,
have not heard that
that
brass.
horn line in a long time.
Yeah. And Phantom's on the right track from not for being just not just the
I mean, they
oh,
almost
you're
pushed in the top
barely
six,
yeah, they
and I
were
think,
look at 19, they were barely in finals.
that if they didn't have that COVID break, they would have
Oh,
pushed in the seventh
I would have
and
been terrified.
possibly into six.
I would have been terrified, dude.
And
I
I'm
would have been
sorry, cadets, but
I think
like
it could have. I think
they
it could have had
poss like
something there. There could have been something special,
at least pushing
which
the
it still
seventh.
was. It still was something special. Like, don't get me wrong, that was amazing. No Walk Too Far was a fantastic show. I loved the uniforms. I
Mm-hmm.
loved everything about that show. That show was just so cool. Like, and honestly, like, look at Phantom where they were in 19. Look at what they've done the past 2 years. Harmonic Journey, like 2.0, which lovely show. I love the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then No Walk Too Far. This is not a
Oh
core
yeah.
that's going to be on the finals bubble next year. I'm going to say it now,
Oh
knock on wood,
no.
but they
Yeah, knock
better
on
not be in
wood,
the
but
finals.
no, Phantom I think
I don't. I think they're solidly
is
in
next
regardless
year could
because
approach top six. I
it
think next
depends on
year,
who brings the heat. It depends on each show that every core has
yeah.
because it's going to really depend on show design. I feel like because I think that's what really separates the top six from the bottom six. I really think it's just show design because you
Well,
can have like a
honestly,
stellar
this
brass
year
section but a crappy show
everybody
design.
had a good show. It's not like
Right.
everybody had we've dogged on Bluecoats, but their show was a crowd pleaser. It got people on their feet.
Yeah, I agree.
I think everyone this year had a good show.
Oh, most
Maybe
definitely.
maybe here and there like it could have been a little better, but next year I think that's gonna be the hugest factor, along with the brass lines coming back. Because I think we next year I hope, knock on wood, but next year I think the COVID stuff will be done. Knock on wood. I don't think we'll have to worry about a COVID bubble
No,
or
we shouldn't. I
like
don't
cores
think.
having to take a performance off like that.
I hope
So we
not.
won't. Like 4 years later, like
Right.
at this point, um, like I think we'll be good by then. Again, knock on wood. So it's going to be interesting to see cores have a unbroken up season like that and have intriguing show designs because I already know next year they're already all cooking.
Oh
Like
yeah.
those pots are already turning. As soon as they got home, they're like Zoom call, like we're setting up, like let's get this going.
All right, let's start brainstorming here.
Yeah,
What
packets
are
were
we looking
already
at?
out
Oh,
before
packets
finals
are.
even
Oh yeah,
happened.
cadets were already
Like
out before finals. I know that.
everyone's ready,
They are
but
all ready for 23.
yeah. But my favorite shows are the 3 nights. I think prelims, the ones I watched. I loved Carolina Crown during prelims. That was my first time really like watching their show
Right.
like in depth, like because I was like, okay, it's finals week. Let's see if they've added anything.
Let's
I
see if
got
they've got it for a medal.
yeah. So I saw Crown. I loved Crown prelims, and this is if I can't pick Boston, obviously.
Right. Well, yeah.
Um, semis troopers.
Oh, most definitely.
They
That
they
was
put
just
their heart
emotional,
out on the
dude.
line to make finals, and I think their finals run was not as good as their semis, is my opinion. I think their
I
semis
don't
had
feel
a
like it
bigger
was.
crowd stand up because they knew they were gonna make finals. It was like they knew.
They had the confidence going into it that they were like, "Hey, we're making finals. We're
Yeah, and
bumping
then
two cores out.
yeah, finals was just like, listen, if we can go for 11th, cool. Like,
Like
but we've
let's
made
shoot
it.
for
That's what
11."
matters. Yeah.
Right.
And
I
then
obviously go out and have fun, but
and honestly, Mitchell,
it's
who do you think my favorite show finals night was?
Blue Devils. No, I'm joking. Um,
No.
um, I'm not to say Mandarins.
No.
Cadets? Yeah!
That show finals night was really something special.
Oh, they were on it. They clicked. Everything clicked. It was all. Also, I would like to talk for a second about holy crap. When we were out on the lot listening to scores, how badly did I lose my mind when they were announcing sixth and seventh? Like, how criminally underscored were they?
Oh, well, look at that. Okay, well, now let's get slowly kind of take into these scores here. 95 for SCV flat.
Fine.
Cadets
93, basically.
93, so whole 2 points on
That's
more than two
not
points under. Like I will say, could like SCV that night. You know, you saw me watching these. I was like
right. I was,
watching these
yeah, no, I
shows,
was in it too,
and
but yeah,
like SCV. I hate to say it, they had a better show that night,
maybe,
and
yeah,
you
maybe.
weren't gonna yeah you weren't gonna catch up.
But
I
we
don't
were
think
gonna put. I
not
think we
this
should have
year.
had it close. I think we could have.
Oh, it
I
should have
think
been
we.
closer,
It should have been way
but
closer. I think we should put the fear of God in them.
yeah, but I think next year is that's when the fear of God may come into play, depending on how the bottom cores right below you are doing and how cadets and SCV show is. I think
Hmm.
next year is the year that it could possibly happen. I think again like this year, it's like they were letting things change throughout the season.
Right.
They were slotting people as scores always
Excuse me.
yeah
Never thought
scores
about that.
always are. But like this is what I think happened with the Bluecoats Boston thing. They got in there and they're like, we don't want to give second to like just Boston because Bluecoats fans would go insane, and they're already going to go insane because people think Boston had a better show than Devils. But now we can't give Boston third because the Boston alumni will burn the stadium down. Like it was basically like, huh, let's just give them a tie again, like we did in semis.
I
And it's
just
like,
don't want to. Yeah,
no,
it's a nice
no.
compromise. No,
Like
you don't do that.
Boston
No,
definitely won in semis. Yeah. In finals, you can say it's closer, but it's not a tie 2 nights in a row. It's
no,
not.
it's not. It's not. I think
That's
Boston
like,
should have
has
beaten
that
Blue.
ever
I just
happened like that before?
no,
Like,
never.
no. And oh, 50th birthday. Like, oh, let's celebrate. You know, like, listen, congratulations to them. I'm not complaining. We got second place. We went from sixth place in 2019 to second.
Right, and cadets went
Cool.
from not even breaking 90 in
Yeah.
19 to 92.93.
Well, 93. And
Yeah.
and and like, yeah, I'm not complaining, but I don't think it should be a tie.
No, 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 no,
And
no,
if you're
no.
gonna tie it, then give Crown the bronze medal.
Yeah, there's no
And
reason. You
now,
have a bunch of
yeah,
silver medals or bronze medals sitting around, and why the heck?
exactly. It's like I don't know if they ever did. I obviously it doesn't look like it because this is what I don't like. It's like you'll tie them. I don't think there should ever be a tie.
No, there should never be a tie
There's well,
unless it's
even
like
there should be a score that they've done doing general effect that picks it off. Like who? I don't even care. I just don't. I don't want it to be a tie because
right,
then there's no bronze.
right.
And like Crown should get the bronze, but look, it's now 1, 2, 2, 4.
I don't like
Just
that.
give. And the thing is, they won't give them third because then they have to move everybody up, and then Crossman's like, "Oh, well, then we should have performed tonight."
No,
In
no, no,
theory,
no,
it's like
no.
it's they have to move everybody up a score, like up a placement in theory. Because if they have Crown go third, they can't just have SCB be fifth, and then Cadets be
No,
sixth. They would have to
if it
move everyone in
was now
finals
if it was
up.
a tie now if it was a tie for 12th, then they'd probably have 13 course in finals. But they would never do that. Heaven forbid. God, please don't do
Yeah, but
that.
I'm
I don't
saying,
want that.
regardless of this, fourth place needs to be given the bronze medal.
Yeah, I agree. Because what are you gonna do with them? What are you gonna do with the bronze medals? What are you gonna do? They already say
That's why,
2022
yeah,
finalist.
that's why I don't think there should be a tie because there's you can't like there's I don't think any show ever is a tie. Maybe from
No,
different years, but in the same year, I don't think a show should tie. Especially
no,
2 nights in a row.
no.
Two
That's
nights in
stupid.
a row.
I'm gonna say it. It's stupid. I don't like it.
And
I
it
think
just
it's
kind of
wrong.
throws off the whole scoring thing. It's like, yeah, because then you can argue, well, Crossman technically would have been in finals if they did it that way. But they do it, obviously, the 12th place tie. Like, that's the thing.
All right. If it was
Honestly, I
12th
would have
place
been
tie,
more.
that's a completely different story.
I'm more surprised of the second place tie. Rather, I thought it would have been a 12th place tie. And we would have saw another Corn finals. That's what I would have expected.
Yeah,
More
I
than
mean, because
two
that
nights in a
was
row tying
Troopers
the same
and
core.
Troopers and Crossman were just neck and neck. I mean, granted, I think the judges made the right call there and
Oh,
getting
yeah, me
Troopers
too.
in because Troopers, I really think just deserved it this year. And not to say Crossman didn't deserve it. It's just I really think Troopers just had it was just the Troopers
hmm
year. Like the
And,
momentum was there, the GE was there, the crowd reaction was there.
and honestly, like Mitchell, like I don't mean to be that guy, but these scores, I'm not happy with them.
I'm not either. I'm
Like,
specifically not happy with the 90.013. What the heck is that?
yeah, and also like you have Mandy's, Cabby's, and Phantom all within like point 0.5 in reality, kind of
Right. And
like
then you
point
saw me
0.6,
flip out in the lot. You
and then
saw me
yeah,
absolutely lose my mind about sixth place. Are you kidding me? That
and
was
like
close to a 95.
well, like look, you have
At
like
least a
a couple
94.
quadrants. You have Devils in their own quadrant, then you have
Right.
the ties. Then you have Crown by themselves, then SCB way below them, which I'm surprised about, and then Cadets 92 and Blue Stars are right underneath them.
Barely
Then
beating
another,
Blue Stars?
yeah, and then another pocket of 390s, and then it drops all the way down to Colton Troopers. It's like
Right. That's not right. I don't
I'm
like
not
that.
happy with how like obviously I'm not the judge. The judges will pick whatever they want,
Right.
but personally I'm not happy with the scores just because there's a tie. There is always a factor. There's always one tick on either side. I don't
Right.
care if it was Blue Coat second. I'd still be happy if we went up multiple placements. Yeah, I'm happy we went up an extra placement technically.
Right.
Like, I don't like
Come
it's
on.
not,
Yeah.
I don't like the satisfaction of seeing a tie
No.
because then I feel like Crown got robbed of a medalist spot
Right. And
because then they're called fourth.
92 at sixth place. When was the last time that happened?
Yeah, the scores are low.
I
Like
don't think there's that big of a gap between cadets and SCV. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I just did not like SCV's brass. I did
I
not.
think
I
like
think we should have beaten them in brass. I think their show was just not it for me.
their show personally for SCB like I like the performance finals night. Like I know my fiance did Ashley. She liked it because it's a Nirvana music. Like there was a
Right.
couple Nirvana songs in it, but from what she said, I'm not a big Nirvana fan. But like watching SCV show, it kind of reminds me of what a college band would do or a high school band with like that theme. You know,
Right.
That doesn't
Like
seem like a drum
Serenity
corps
or
show.
it just doesn't. It really doesn't. And whatever, we obviously don't make those calls,
Yeah,
but like
but this
I
is
don't
our
agree with it.
opinion. Like
This is our
this is
opinion.
our opinion. Like it's we're doing a podcast on what we think about the music community, and this just honestly doesn't satisfy my musical
No.
competitional brain.
This does not satisfy me in the slightest because I hate that tie because either
And
way
I
there
don't
should
like.
have been.
And there's no way Devils is closer to 99 than they are. Like I don't. I think if whoever was in second place, regardless, Devils needs to be a little lower because there's
Right.
no way it's gonna be so close between the top four the whole season, and then it just
And then they
keeps
just
going up.
immediately just inflate. Then they just immediately like
Yeah,
balloon up a
and
score,
then
balloon up like a point and a half.
yeah the last three sit there, and then the first one keeps going up, and then the last three Coates jumps up two placements in a way
Right.
because Coates was like closer to SCV the whole season than we even thought that SCV would take over Coates at some point. So it was a very interesting time throughout that where um we thought Coates was going to be closer to the Santa Clara Vanguard than we would be with Boston. But again, um, I guess that's just the drum corps narrative of the year. Very, very, very different and not what I would be 100% with. Like with
No,
Van.
it just wasn't for me.
Like it's just Blue Coats doesn't jump up about two things, and it's
No,
like the only two people who really
that's
changed
just
were
weird
like
to me.
it was the two Blues that changed,
Right.
and like Crown and Boston just kind of got thrown to the side. And it's like their shows didn't peak. There's I was at rehearsal, they cleaned it, and they did not go up. What? How many points? Point something. Boston.
What were they at? 96.975, 97.325, right?
Like about point four. Like
Yeah.
for both of them, coincidentally, went up the same exact. Yeah, the scores
No.
can be close, but it should be at least point two, like point zero
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah,
five
yeah.
away.
No, yeah, that's definitely not. Yeah, that's
So
stupid to me.
like,
Whatever.
and I thought Troopers had a better
You
show
know,
than Colts.
I did too. I think they had a better. And that's not to say I didn't think Colts had a bad show, or I don't think not. That's not to say that I don't think Colts didn't have a good show because I think they had a really solid show. Like I really liked that. I really liked that idea, and I really enjoyed what they brought to the field. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that Troopers kind of grew a little more at the end.
Yeah,
And once they had the crowd with their back, the tailwind I thought would be enough to overtake them. But you
mm-hmm.
know what? At the end of the day, they were in finals. I don't
Yeah.
care. I
That's
got
all
my
that
wish. I got
matters.
Troopers and Colts. I got my Troopers and Colts in finals. I
Troopers and
needed
Colts
it.
fan page.
Our fan page, our Troopers and Colts fan page, we carried.
Oh yeah.
We got him in. We got him in.
um,
It's us.
another hot
Not the
take.
performers. Not the performers at all.
Hot take, Mitchell.
What? Oh God. I don't
I
know.
think Phantom should be above Blue Stars, and I think Mandarins should be above Cavies,
The
or
Blue
at least
Star,
a
the
lot
Phantom,
closer to
the
Blue Stars.
I was gonna say, I think they
At
should be a
least
little closer.
approaching.
I don't know.
At
I don't
least
know if they
approaching
should be
92.
above Blue Stars. That's my thing. I don't think they were unequivocally better than Blue Stars that night. I think
I
they
just
should
don't
have
like
been
Blue Star
closer.
show. Their
I just
show
did not
theme
like their
still
show.
didn't
And
speak to
I
me.
know we talked to Zach. Dude, I know we talked to Zach about it in a lot after finals, and we were like, yeah, we didn't really. I mean, it was okay. It just wasn't our show. And he's like, yeah, I get that.
And the thing is, like, I think Phantom, if not above Blue Stars, because again, I think Blue Stars' run wasn't as clean as Phantom's, in my opinion,
No,
just
you're
from where
right.
I
I
was
agree.
sitting.
I can agree. Yeah.
But I think Phantom should at least be approaching 91.5
Oh, most
rather than
definitely.
not closer to
Most definitely.
90.5. And
Most
I think
definitely.
I think Mandarins had a better show than Cabbies.
Yeah, I agree.
Personally, I love Cavaliers, but the green them not wearing the green machine for their show just really.
Man, yeah, they had an opportunity. The opportunity is there every year. The
They'd be up a
opportunity is
whole extra
always
point.
there. The 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 show design, including the uniform design for specifically corps like cadets, cavaliers, phantom to an extent. You guys, you have options and you have the pretty darn good ones. For example, the Phantom Regiment helmet. Give me that back. Second,
Yeah,
cadets, the West Points. Give me that back.
I have no
And
problem
then
with
the
Cabbies
Cavaliers,
changing.
the Green Machine. Give me that back.
I have no problem with them trying to go a different approach, but the outfit and uniform they went with the design
It
was
just,
not my favorite.
no, it was not my favorite either.
I like that they tried to explore something different, and I love that they wore the green machines
For retreat, yeah.
for retreat.
Like they
But
always do. But like,
yeah, but
come
I just
on.
think
I want it. I need it.
I
And you
think
know,
it's
I didn't
silly
think
to
that,
wear two uniforms throughout the year unless you're doing a parade. But I think if
right,
you're
like
just wearing it
cadets did, yeah.
just for retreat, just wear the green machines the whole year.
If, yeah. And let's be
Like,
real here, like that's one of the iconic uniforms of DCI. Like, you know, at least with cadets, it wasn't super egregious because like I'm actually wearing it today. But like it's still got like the belt, like the kind of like the belt buckle
yeah,
going
it's still
across
like
with
the
the
West Points.
it's still like it's a modern take on the West Points. So like I don't hate it. But like if you asked me, if you asked any alumni or a large majority of them would say, yes, we would love the West Points over anything else because the West Points are just iconic. It is when you think of the cadets, what you think about. It's what you think they're wearing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what colors it is. Like, I don't care if it's the Christmas ones from 1225 or the half and half with Angels and Demons or
Oh,
the
I
black
love
ones
those
from Power of
ones.
10. The black ones from Power of 10, dude. Mm, that does it for me.
I
Those are
love the
clean.
half and half from Angels and
I
Demons.
oh, I do too. Don't get me wrong, but like the black ones, those are sick. Those are sick nasty. And the ones that we wore in 21, like those are our parade uniforms now. But the drum majors actually got to wear them for retreat. So you know what? I'm fine with that. But at the same time, if you have those uniforms, at least wear them for retreat. Please.
Yeah.
Like at least wear the West Points for retreat. Please, God, I need that. I need that in my
Yeah.
life. Like
But
I
you also
need that
gotta think,
serotonin.
like, as you get later in the night, it's harder to change
Right. It
and deal
really
with
is.
all the
Yeah.
props and getting back. So, like, I don't blame the cores. But let's move into these captions here. So,
Yeah, let's look at
this is
this.
finals, and we know they do caption awards based off of the
Average of
average.
3 nights, yeah, which
But
that's
this
a
is
whole other
how,
thing.
yeah, this is how they kind of ended. This is what they got the night of finals. If we were going off the night of finals, and I think a couple people got robbed in finals night
I
with their
could agree.
scores. Like percussion, Boston wise, no way, no.
No.
Fourth place,
For me, percussion wise, I would have Blue Devils or Boston.
then
And
the other one, and then
well,
Coates.
whoever see, I could say whoever is the winner of those two, okay, that's a first. And then the second and third would tie. I would think like that
Oh, don't start
because
throwing ties in here.
I'm not throwing the tie in there. I'm sorry. I'm done with ties, but
Well,
that's what I would
I
think.
think
Because I don't know if blue is really
I don't think
I
Vanguard
don't
should be
know.
second place in percussion.
I don't either. I really don't. That's not to say they aren't a
Nor
good
does nor
drum
Blue
line.
Coats winning it.
I don't know about that
But
one.
when they said
I'm
that,
very hesitant.
when I
When
heard
we
that
listened to
Coates,
that
yeah, when I heard that
won
Coates
the
won that,
Sanford,
I was like,
yeah, I was like, are you kidding? No way. Wait, you're joking,
where did
right?
they come from? Like it's been
Right,
between Devils, Boston, and Vanguard this whole time. So where the hell did they come from? Like,
right.
so I was like kind of a shock. Like,
out of left field. Like they almost got a perfect percussion score tonight, that night.
I mean, congrats, but there's no way Boston's point .3 underneath that.
No, no, I don't think so. I don't think they should be. If
Or
anything, they
point
should be
.2
like
under
point oh five.
Devils. Like those scores should be a lot closer than that.
I just,
Like,
I don't even know, dude. Can we
I'm just
look at the
saying.
visual proficiency specifically? The perfect 20?
That's bull. That's bull.
I don't know.
I
It was
watched.
rough.
I
That was
watched
not a
it.
perfect run. That was not a perfect run in my eyes. I've
I
seen
know
them do
I
a little
was
better.
booking
It
it
was a little
out.
dirty.
I know I was booking it out, but I could see on those TV screens, and I was popping in, looking like kind of like seat hopping, hallway hopping, because I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. There's no way they had a perfect 20. No way. And then
Visual
Boston's a whole
analysis.
.5. If Devils is perfect and Boston got a whole .5 underneath that, how are you gonna tell me that that was perfect?
It wasn't. I don't agree with that. I don't
And
agree with
visual
that.
analysis pretty close to perfect too. What?
I don't know about that one.
No.
That's a little.
No. This is what I'm saying. When I look
Don't
at
get me
these,
wrong. I totally agree that Devils should have won that night, and I totally agree that
yeah, I
Devils
agree.
deserved the win.
They'll do whatever they want, and I
But
think
I
that
don't know
Devils
if that was
won
a perfect
slightly.
score.
I think Devils won slightly, but not by like 1.4. First of all, like a whole
Yeah.
point and basically a point and a half. And on top of that, they did not get basically a near perfect visual.
No.
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 Even you said, because you were watching it. I was watching it as I was walking out. Like one tick.
There's no way that there wasn't a single tick.
Yeah, you can't tell me any
I
drum
don't
corps
agree
show
with
is
that.
perfect. Nothing. No
I
show
don't
will
agree with
ever be
that.
perfect, in my opinion, because there's always one thing.
Right. There's a
Whether it's
slight
slightly
intonation
out of the
error.
line, less intonation,
Yeah.
slightly out of the line, slight feet out of time,
I just don't agree with that.
phasing. Like, you can't convince me.
I don't know how I feel about the brass
And yeah,
because
Crown almost getting perfect
oh
brass.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fifth and sixth because I don't agree with that whatsoever. Like
Oh, with
at all.
cadets and
That's
cadets and
that's that's
Vanguard.
a bunch of
Well, I think.
I don't know about that one.
Well, look
I'm
at
a
that.
little
Like
hesitant on that one.
Devils music analysis. Like some of these scores, I can agree with. Some of them, I think the placements need to be switched a little bit.
Yeah.
Visual is just a whole train wreck. I don't
I-
even want to talk about visual. Um, but Devils got third in brass that night, and then
right.
Cadets got sixth, .2 underneath Vanguard.
Vanguard's sound is just too harsh for me. Like it's just wow, wow,
It
wow. It's
it
just
works for
not,
it works for certain shows, but not
and
a
that was
Nirvana show.
not a show that finding about peace and serenity. Nirvana is like peace and serenity, and like everything is like all great, and
Yeah, I don't want to
woo,
hear
cool.
like
Right.
Babylon.
I don't want to hear
Like
Babylon licks in there. Like that's not what it is. That's not I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the brass sound. I think that Seabrass was unequivocally better because we've been beating him in brass for the last 2 weeks of the season. Don't start me on that
and
because there is a bias aside. What are your thoughts on it? Do you agree with that fifth and sixth?
I think if it is closer, or if Vanguard, I think Vanguard got brass over you, but I don't think it's by .2. Honestly, I think it's a lot closer. I think that would be a spot where I would put a tie at,
Right.
rather than .2 away.
And I just want to point out, like, I just want to give a quick shout out. In 2019, Seabrass was nowhere near this.
Oh yeah,
Nowhere.
nowhere's Boston. I,
Nowhere.
I'm
No,
Both of our
they were nowhere.
organizations.
They were nowhere near sixth in brass. Look at what they have done over the past 2 years. They've completely overhauled their staff, almost completely overhauled. They kept a lot of their visual because the visual
Uh-huh.
wasn't entirely the issue. Um, musically, they have different show writers. Jay Bocook is back writing the cadets
Uh-huh.
books from like the old cadets books where you sat up and just absolutely just lost your mind over. Those were all his. And look what they have done. And now they're
Seriously.
up there. Now they're up there competing with the big dogs of DCI.
Well,
Like,
even next year
Boston.
they're gonna come in being a bigger hitter to where I want to
Oh,
see
it's
in the
gonna
next
be.
2 years
Oh, we're coming
Boston
for
and
that odd.
Cadets go at it.
We're
I
coming
want
for that
Boston
odd. That odd
like
is gonna be ours in the next
like
2, 3 years at
well that's
at
that was
most.
that's Gino Cipriani's plan with Boston. I remember last year he's like, listen, next 2 years I'm going for that odd. And
Yeah.
look,
Then he can
from
call it
that
quits. Then he can call
from
it quits and just ride off into the sunset.
no, Gino will never quit.
He's had his career. He's had his run, honestly, like, and
But
that's
like
a amazing thing. But like send him out with one more odd. And
well
this
like
man deserves it.
like look at this like. From 19, Boston got sixth place. Where cadets are now. Boston was at
Right.
that in 2019, and is now in second. Now is a medalist, and on finals night got second in brass by .05. And they were pretty consistent throughout the nights. But I think
Yeah,
next year, I think the could be taken by Boston.
it's
If the
possible.
shows are like kind of like, you know, in like Boston has the better show and their brass book's better and they perform it well, I think Boston could take it on next year.
It's gonna really depend on the brass book for
That's
me.
what I'm
It's
saying.
really
If
gonna
the
be
brass
the
books line up and Boston has the better one and they perform it better,
it's really
I
gonna
think
be an
there's a
interesting
chance.
one. That's an interesting storyline to watch going into the next season. I want to see Seabrass push into the top five in brass, like where I think they should be. Um, I would definitely say we jump Vanguard there. I don't agree
Mm-hmm.
with that, but you know what? Whatever. Fine.
And
We'll just get him next year.
hot take, Mitchell.
Hmm.
Hot take on brass. I think Boston takes brass on finals night show. I think Boston took brass over Crown. Coats after that, then Crown and then Devils. I don't like. I think Coats had a great brass sound on finals night. I still have this. It's been looping in my head the last 2 days. Probably my favorite part of their show
Guitar?
when they're in that giant
Oh,
line from like the corner.
oh,
That da da
oh,
da
oh.
da 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 da. Like that. That's probably like my favorite thing.
I don't like that
I
part. I
don't know
really don't like
why,
that part.
but
I like
it's just
I
been
like the guitar movement. The guitar movement and then the little jazz swing lick at the beginning with the
like.
trombones.
And the thing is, the parts like a boring part, but just throughout the last 2 days, that's all I've had stuck in my head is that.
I don't know, dude. I don't like it. I didn't like the show. It just wasn't for me.
I hope
And
next year it's more of like a jagged line session
oh, give me a
44.
jagged line, baby. Give
Like
me a jagged line 2.0. I want that. Give me another
they're
session
going
44.
too hipster. They're going too hipster.
They're going in a direction where I don't think they need to go
Mm-hmm.
because you can see like downside up. Where did that put them? It brought them their first championship. And they
2019, they
don't.
almost got one,
Well,
but
they were also a little more dirty than Blue Devils. So
no, they were not.
no, no, we
I
can
watched
have
that
that. I
stuff
will have that
on full
debate. I will
margin.
have that debate with you
We'll
right
do.
here,
We'll
right now.
no.
No pun
Listen,
intended.
this
No
is
pun
2022
intended there.
season,
No
Mitchell.
pun intended. I swear.
Listen, in the off season before drum corps starts this next year, where we have season 4, I guess,
Oh
and
God.
that's when nothing's happening because indoors done, show choir's done, marching
Right.
band's done. We can have a drum corps debate season, and I will win in every drum corps debate against you, just like
I
I
don't know
did
about that.
on the old podcast, and I
I
will
just. I
obliterate
don't.
you.
No, no, no. I'm telling you, Devils was not flashy that year. They weren't. I'm not going to tell you that they were all that flashy. They weren't.
They were so visually dirty finals night.
But they were so
So,
damn
and they
clean.
took visual over coats. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That was the deciding
Yes.
factor. Was visual, and
Yes.
they were so much dirtier, dude. They
No.
were so much dirtier.
No.
That little
I was there
clock
watching
thing,
it in person.
like in
They
that
were not dirty,
little
dude.
semicircle.
The
Oh my!
spiral out? No. They were not
Oh,
dirty. They were not dirty. I'm telling you,
I
they
watched
were
it with
not dirty.
Isaac on the TV
I
or on the
was I
phone.
was in the stadium. Don't give me that. We're
Yeah,
gonna I
but
mean,
guess where you were sitting? Probably not where the flow marching cam was, watching right from the press box. Like
sorry, I don't have that kind of money.
I was on flow marching, 30
Yeah,
bucks a
flow
month,
marching
which
is
is
that money.
outrageous.
Right,
But
that's
um,
for the sound quality we get, you know.
listen, we'll have this debate another time.
We
Let's
will.
get,
We'll agree
we
to
can look at
disagree
these
until then.
recaps all night. But another thing I want to point out:
I don't know if we should.
there's no way Devils took or guard on finals night. There's no way.
No, no, no. That was
You
Boston's.
can't
That
beat
was
the giant
Boston's.
color guard. You can't beat that. And also, we're in Blue Devils guard, or not Blue Devils, Blue Stars guard, top five all of a sudden.
I don't know about that one. That was just not. I
Same with
don't
their
know. That's out of
visual.
nowhere. That's out
They're
of nowhere. That's out of left field. All the
well,
visual for me really was just an absolute crapshoot
yeah,
because
the visual scores are just whack. I don't even want to
they
address them.
put cadets in eighth and guard, which granted, I will admit the guard is not, in my opinion, is not as strong as the brass or percussion, but they're building there. But the
I don't
guard
think it's an
was
eighth
better
place
than
guard.
no. That's more like seventh or sixth.
And
Not
honestly, I think that may be where your score gap is between Vanguard is in that guard.
I want to look at that. Where's
And
this? What's the score gap between there?
so you have
18.25.
five. Well, I'm saying like building your points up, like full points
Right.
from 95 to
Right.
92. Like
Yeah.
that could have helped creep the gap. Same with that visual score, but visual was
Oh,
just a
don't get
crapshoot
me
that
started
night.
on that. No,
I
that's a
thought
crapshoot.
cadets they came up to that company front like
Dude, they were fifth place in visual. They were fifth place in visual. Don't at me on that one. I will go to my grave saying that. Maybe even better. Because I'm
so
telling you, that was clean.
so I always get this confused. So we have brass, but like brass is brass. Is music analysis like the book?
I think so, yeah.
And is visual analysis like the drill, and then visual is like
Yes.
individual? Okay,
Yes, proficiency is
that's what
individual and like what you can actually do and how
okay
you're
that's
performing.
what I was thinking, but I just wanted to make sure.
I think that
Um,
score right there is a bunch of no, that's not it.
like,
That's
what do you notice about this like the bottom six here, Mitchell?
that's criminal.
Well, look at how crazy cavies are.
I don't know
They're
if
like
I agree with
every
that.
single one of them is like in a different placement except for the Vision Guard, who are both in 10th,
Right.
but all the other ones are like all in different spots.
I just
7th,
don't, I
8th,
don't know if
9th,
I agree
10th.
with that. I don't agree with that. Really don't know if I do. I don't. Actually, you know what? I don't agree with that. I think they should have been just straight up just all eights. I think.
Yeah. Well, even Phantom kind of, they drift back in percussion there. And
Oh
Mandy's, they shoot up in
man.
color guard. It's weird that like the bottom six color guard are approaching top like 5 and 6. Like the bottom
Yeah.
6 are getting up there in color guard, which makes no sense to me.
Right.
Like even Mandy's are above you. Mandy's and Blue Stars were, and it's like that's kind of pushing it.
Out of where? Out of where did this happen?
Like
I
these bottom scores, like I could look at them for hours and debate. Just like the whole, even with top 6, we probably were on that for like 20, 30 minutes.
yeah.
I could do the same thing with these, but honestly, like we said, we're not really happy with most of these scores, and obviously we're not the adjudicators or judges.
No,
So
they
love
saw
to be
something
one
different.
day.
Yeah,
Would love
yeah,
to
who
be.
knows? That'd be fun.
Um, especially visual.
Oh God.
My visual scores would not be that.
No, I would have it. Mine would be completely different. Mine would
Like
be completely different in terms of the performance quality, in terms of
like
that performance night.
I can
Like,
agree that Colts took visual analysis over Troopers, but visual proficiency, I think it's a lot closer than zero point 0.5.
yeah, that's a little that's pushing it a little. No hate to either, because again, we
Oh,
are a Troopers and Colts fan page.
yeah, we love,
Um,
but like it's weird. GE Troopers took obviously and percussion, but then everything else was just.
I'm gonna hot take. Troopers should be 10th in GE. If
I would agree.
nothing more
I think
but for the crowd appeal. Like that
I
video, did
think
you
it
see
should
that video of
be.
Flow Marching posted with like their drum major, like at the end when they're playing a Sea of Gold, he like
Oh
puts his
yeah,
hand and he just
that's
rubs it. It's the oil.
so.
He's an oil bear and he's like just going insane over oil. Like he
It.
loses his mind. And
I think
I'm
that
like,
may,
that is
I don't know if that's the
performing.
clip we have. That may be the clip we have,
That's
but
performing
um,
right there,
I
dude.
think
On God.
GE wise, like eighth will be Phantom. Uh, Mandy's in ninth, Troopers in 10th, Cavi's in 11th, and then Colts in 12th.
I could get behind that.
Because I think Mandy's had a great general effect appealing show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
Like,
I honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I really usually extremely dislike vocalists in band and drum corps shows, but there
mm-hmm.
are a select few, some being Castle 2016 and Mandarin's 2022, that I really
You
appreciated.
didn't like Session 44?
Oh, actually, I love Central 44. That's another one.
um,
But
the thing that
Into
the thing
the
that trips me up
undertone.
here is like these scores are like the visual scores are.
Oh, those visual scores
I
are.
can't. I can't, man.
I don't agree. I just don't agree whatsoever. It
Who
really
are the
just
visual judges?
irritates me.
Who are the judges visually? Can you search that
I
up real
don't
quick?
know. I don't want to personally dog on them.
Well,
I
I
want to
just want to
just.
know out of curiosity because who did brass? Was the brass guy like because
I'll look. I'll look. I'll figure it out. I'll do the thing. I'll do the
that's
Google
I'm
search
not trying
thing.
to hate. I'm just curious because I want to see.
No.
I wonder what their background is and how their visual like judging style is because that maybe that's how it is like that. I don't agree with it. Um,
So, for visual, we have C. Nelson, and I need to look at that. He's the guy that gave the Devils perfect 20, which not it. Not
yeah,
agreeing.
I'm sorry. That's I can't.
I can't do that. Greg Oliviero, who gave the Devils a 19.9 in visual
I'd be okay with a
analysis.
19.9,
In
but
visual analysis, fine, whatever. And then H. Nguyen gave the Coats fourth in color guard, fine. Gave the Crusaders second in color guard, that's criminal. Um, Crown
no.
guard above that. And then he's the guy that gave cadets a ninth and an eighth and an eight ninth, eighth, and eight. That
What?
he gave the cadets a ninth in content and then eight in achievement. So little just
Jeez.
dude, he was cutthroat that night apparently. I swear, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, for everyone, for
My
all
new
those
Kentucky
visual
accent's
judges,
coming out because of how irritated I am every once in a while.
it's like,
It's like, come on, man.
but it's like they
Why?
were all cutthroat that night except for Devils.
That's ridiculous.
Hmm. Crazy how
I
that
don't know
works.
how I don't know how I feel about that.
I think like visual proficiency for Devils like should be like 19.7. Like
I would
not
say 19.8.
I no, I don't think they were that far apart from Boston. There's no way. If they
I
go to
wouldn't say I wouldn't
19.8,
say
then Boston
perfect.
goes to 19.6.
Okay, fine. But still, my point remains. I don't think they were 20. They did not deserve a 20, I
Oh,
don't think.
no
And
way.
don't get
And
me wrong, dude, you know how much I love Blue Devils and you know how much I respected the heck out of their
yeah.
show this
Oh,
year.
trust me, I know.
Exactly. So I'm just, that's just a 20 in visual proficiency. I don't know about that. Let's get into these clips though. We've talked about these scores. They are what they are, and those are just
Also,
our 2 cents on them.
side note, there's no way Devils and Coats took over Boston and Crown general effect wise. Last comment. Nor Vanguard with cadets, but whatever.
No, no, not at all. Vanguard
Uh,
did not get a standing ovation that I remember. Did they?
I mean, I stood up after every performance because I
Yeah,
respect every group. So,
right.
like,
But but
mainly
cadets at
finals
that
one.
company front, dude. That show had so much more GE than Finding Nirvana, in my
I
opinion.
feel
And that's like
honestly,
I'm trying to say it
troopers
as
take
unbiased.
GE.
Dude, troopers take
Troopers,
GE. Troopers deserve it. Give it to
troopers
me.
should be
Give it to me.
first place.
Honestly,
Perfect
screw
general
it.
effect.
Screw it. Screw it. Perfect
Perfect.
GE. That show. Mm. Again, Colts and Troopers fan page right here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. I want it. I want the Troopers back in finals. We'll see what happens with the reintroduction of Baby Blue next year.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna go bottoming up. By the way,
Oh God.
so here we go.
Like that floor marching POV.
My favorite part. I think this is their semifinal run, by the way. I don't like those baritones.
Like, look, yeah. I love the cello.
I love that.
That's so cool. That's just GE. That's the
That
tone
was
of the show.
that's probably the smartest thing they did for that ending section.
I
Is just
swear,
get
dude.
that
That has
into it.
me. That has me heated. I'm gonna be honest. That has
I
me
think that
heated
was
just watching it.
semifinals. I
That
think
just
that
gives
was.
me like. That just gives me so much energy and just like that. Just that tells me about the performance. Like, just look at that one moment because they were so locked in. They had a goal. They knew what they needed to do. They took care. Pardon my French. They took care of their shit.
They did.
Am
I
I
will say
wrong?
that. I mean, no, you're
No.
not wrong. You're not
No.
wrong.
No.
They took care of it.
And again, pardon my French, but
They
they
they,
they
they
took
took
it.
care of it. They um, but I think they should have been an 11th in my opinion.
I agree. And there's no hate on Colts either because I freaking love their show
I just
too.
think like overall over consistency, I think Troopers had the higher
I don't know there.
consistency to
I
three
don't know about
nights.
that.
Well,
Oh,
I
through
think
semis and
Colts.
finals?
I
I don't know about that
no,
because I
I no.
really
Listen,
think
I think Colts blew the boat in finals.
really.
I don't think. I mean, even I got a text from Griffin. He was like, "Yeah, like I think Troopers were a lot better than Colts that night." And I think I mean I love both. I'm happy they both made finals, but I think overall Troopers had a great performance in semifinals.
And they
Amazing
brought the house
performance.
down in finals because
Yeah,
everyone was on their feet screaming for them.
exactly. And I think
Because you just want to see that in finals. I
and I think
wanted chaos, and I
Colts
got my chaos.
I think Colts got the finals and they were like, obviously no, I think that they just got the finals and they were like,
Okay, we're
we're
in
here.
finals.
That's on. Yeah, I think. But Troopers were like,
We're not we're
let's
not
bring this
satisfied.
house down.
We're
Like
not satisfied. Let's push it.
that's why like prelims, I don't really care. I'm talking semis and finals mainly. I think Troopers
Mhm.
had two of both those nights, so 2-1. Even if Colts did better in prelims,
Oh, I agree.
then that makes Troopers, in my opinion, 11 with the consistency of
Right.
their show. But
I agree.
Colts. I'm not sure if this is semis or finals.
I think it was semis.
I was about to say those last couple sets aren't my favorite.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Actually, no, I think that was finals.
I read no. I saw lead in the windows of Lucas Oil. Um, It was semis. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I saw something. Someone tried to start some massive beef by saying that the Colts show was culturally insensitive. And
People
I'm
always
like, are
try and
you
do that
for
with
real
anything.
right now? Come on. That was not culturally insensitive. I'm sure they did their research and we're not trying to offend anyone of East
You know how
Asian
people are.
culture and anything. It's ridiculous. I just thought that was funny and just outright stupid, to be honest with you,
The
because
people
that's stupid.
people want a
Come on.
thing to complain about. So
It's like, oh
they'll
no, you're
make
wearing like East Asian themed uniforms.
it's a
I'm sure they
theme.
probably did their, I'm pretty sure they probably did their research on uniforms in terms of like,
It's
what
it's
can
a
we
theme
wear
of the
and what could we
show.
not wear?
It's not
Yeah, you're
even
right.
and the thing is they're performing a show and they're not putting like a culture down and they're not putting a scenario or story down. They're just performing a theme and a
Right.
storyline. Like
Yeah, it's stupid. You have no argument there. Your argument is invalidated
that's like saying
every
Boston
time.
Crusaders is insensitive because they keep doing biblical stories.
Well, maybe they are.
Like that's where the argue is. It's like okay, well, not everybody's like a Christian or follows the Bible or biblical
Okay.
stories,
And
but it's still a great show. Like
it's not like it's racist or anything.
well, in I know there was a show back. I think it was a high school who did it. Who did like a World War II Germany. You can get my hand.
Oh.
I think they did a
Oh,
show like
yeah,
that, and
okay.
they
Nope.
got
Nope.
banned from competition. That's different.
No, 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 no. That was Dante's Inferno. That was Dante's Inferno in WGI because they had
No,
someone
there was a
like
marching show that did it too.
oh,
Yeah, and
because
I heard they got.
Dante's Inferno was infamous. So basically, it had a video of like, or it had like it acted like a girl, like a performer, like hung themselves in theory.
Oh,
It was
I remember
really
hearing
messed
about that
up.
show, but yeah, but there was a
That's a
marching
messed
show
up show, dude.
that literally like was playing like Hitler's voice and stuff like that.
Oh
Like
no, that's not
yeah,
it.
I
That's
don't know
not
the
it.
program. I don't know when. I just that's something I've heard about. Like
That's not it. No,
throughout
thank
my
you.
yeah, that's different.
That's culturally insensitive right there.
But like
That's disgusting.
what the Silk Road, like
Oh, give me a break,
how,
dude. That's
it's
not.
a it's a clever uniform, clever show. They put the themes together, and I guarantee you they did their research.
Oh,
And
definitely. They knew exactly what, you know, if they screwed up, there could be backlash. So
yeah,
like if someone, you know, they did their research and they made sure they weren't like pushing any buttons or
yeah.
anything like
And
that.
technically, with any show that is a theme about anything, you can turn it any way you really want.
You know, if it's an America show, you could just say it's a racist show.
Yeah, like like people push the envelope, which is the sad thing. But
You know,
that's a whole different.
not to get, I'm not trying
Yeah,
to politically charge this at all, but like I'm just saying that as an example. Like,
yeah,
you
like
know, in theory.
because people did that with Broken Arrow in 2018.
Oh God.
And well, the thing is, it's a music.
Okay,
This is where I disagree.
I will say though, playing taps and that stuff,
Well, that's
maybe a
BOA. We're not
little,
even in that season right now.
right?
I'm
Yeah, but that's
saying,
a little too much. But you
yeah,
know, but
but
yeah,
doesn't matter. At the end of the day, none of this stuff should be getting thrown into band, and no one should even care what is happening in these programs unless it actually is meant to be insensitive. You're a performing arts program. They're here to perform a theme, and unless
yeah,
they clearly didn't do their research, or they're clearly not trying to just please the crowd with an interesting show like the Silk Road or what Broken Arrow did in 2018, that's
we love
different.
America.
But everyone who just kind of wants to put these programs down for performing a show, don't.
Don't be
Unless it's
stupid.
like that
Don't
one
be a nerd.
scenario,
Don't be a lame.
like, with that one show, I'm not going to talk
Right?
about it.
No.
That's different. The Silk Road, it's just a nice show. It
Yeah.
got him in the finals, a great performance. Broken Arrow 2018, like, great show. Yeah, you can argue certain things, but in the end of the day, still a pretty damn good show.
Right.
So, I mean, no
Right.
one can
Yeah.
convince me
Either way, but
otherwise.
you know, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't complain. But yeah, let's get into this next clip.
Mandarins.
Mandy's.
funny thing about this show. Did you see that color guard person like take off
Yeah.
the uniform? So my
Dude, homie
fiance,
was up in the stands after his performance.
I know, we saw the vocalist in the stands, but um, that color guard person stands in the corner the whole entire show,
Right.
the whole show, and my fiance pointed it out. And I
Right.
was, and sometimes, and I was like, what? What are they
Oh.
doing? They're just standing there, and then they all of a sudden started moving,
Right.
and then they just take the uniform off and sprint. It's like, I was like, what? What is
That's
that?
weird. That's a little weird.
Usually, if you have just one role in a show, you're hidden somewhere, not in the corner, all the way up here. Like, if there's just a cam of just the high cam, and you watch Mandy's show, you'll see them. If you're looking at it from the performer, they're in that back left corner, like the whole
Right.
show. It's
Right.
just something I thought was funny because then you start seeing them
Man.
move and it's like whoa, they're moving now. What are they doing? I don't know if it
Oh
was meant to
no.
be that way, but like I know it was like the whole other side, so like that performer crossed over.
Yeah.
But it was like I would think that there would be
Crossover
another
to
one,
the other side.
like there would be another one on the other opposite end,
Right.
kind of symbolizing that, I guess. But I guess that performer did it. But yeah, I don't think you have to stand there the whole show.
No. No,
I
you
think that's
should.
kind of silly. But cabbies. Where's cabbies at? There it is. Whoa. Those uniforms, I know what they're going for. And
Right.
I think it would be okay if it was any other group doing it. But since I know it's the Cavaliers doing it, it really just
I
explodes
just
my brain.
the show grew on me a little bit over the course of the season, but it wasn't my favorite
Yeah, like finals
show.
night, I love their performance. Finals night, I thought it
No,
was a
yeah, they
great
had a really
great
good performance.
performance.
There was a lot of energy in it and everything, but it just wasn't my favorite show design.
I yeah, I Green Machine all
I
the
mean,
way.
they move and play well. Oh, Phantom, let's go.
I love this part of the show.
Oh, I do
It's such a cool show. It's so simple, but it's so cool.
too. Like those tubas are hauling.
And that's a classic trope.
Haul kick.
Oh yeah. Love the whole kick. Man, I can't imagine marching those big baritones.
Youths.
Yeah, the youths, whatever you prefer to call them. Everyone calls everything the same
It's
thing at this point.
it's euphoniums and balance are two different promise. One much more.
Yeah, but show that to any person, they're either going to say baritone. They will probably say baritone. Mitchell.
Phone.
You cut out.
I will absolutely cry if they say mellophone. Oh,
No, they won't. I won't. They won't say
Hmm?
mellophone. I don't think they'll look at it and be
I
like,
would hope
"Oh, that's a
not.
baritone."
That's a baritone.
Well, that's what people do with the wind ensemble, euphonium and baritone. Like,
Right,
no one cares if it's called a euphonium anymore or a baritone.
right.
So I just call it big baritone because that's what everyone else would call it.
That's what it is.
Like Boston, we march berries.
Right.
I think the Yamaha is like the rest of the horns. So, but again,
You
I
march
wouldn't want to
youths
march
as well as berries, or
big
just
youth.
berries?
Nope, just berries.
Okay, we march bears and youths. Same with Carmel. We march both berries and youths.
We just go all berries.
That's fair.
I think
It's
it
just more of a
achieves the
stylistic
same
thing on
thing.
whoever. Right, it achieves the
I
same
want to
goal.
march a euphonium though. It's like it looks like double the size. It's
It's a
like I'm
lot
holding a
heavier.
conch. It's like I'm holding a contra in front of me.
Right.
No, thank you. Because guess what? You know what people call a contra?
Hmm.
A tuba.
Yeah.
And they call a sousaphone? A
Tuba.
tuba.
Uh.
I've heard someone call a concert tuba a contra. That was a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I need. I just. Man,
Blue Stars.
I don't. I have no words. Kevin Fordrill.
Kevin Ford, he loves his diamonds. Here comes the star.
This is definitely semis. They hit this in finals.
Yeah, some of these are from semis and some are from finals. But my one complaint about the star form though is the top of it is like so much thicker. Like it's
Well,
like
it's the
so much
tuba.
bigger.
You're looking at it because it's thicker because it's the tuba
No, I
or
know,
a
but
contra.
even
I'm
no,
sorry,
if you
but
look at the
yeah,
lines, the stars are like this, and then it's huge because of the
yeah,
big instruments, so they have to spread out more.
right,
And it just throws me off. I would rather have like
right,
the rest of the horn line hit that, and then the tube is behind it.
yeah.
Like, just a personal thing because it just looks a little
Cleaner.
looks cleaner and more like symmetrical. Because even
Yeah.
in finals, like I noticed it was like so big, and I was like,
Well, I thought they hit it perfectly in finals.
oh, they hit it perfectly, but I'm saying the top was still big because that's probably what
Right.
their drill is written as, so the tubas don't hit
Yeah.
each other. It's just
Right.
it makes my eye go right to the tubas, which I guess is not a bad thing, but the star doesn't look symmetrical to me, and that's not
Right. It's
Ford's
fair.
fault. He has to accommodate to the tubas, obviously.
Right.
Uh, and we'll skip over these guys.
No, 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 no,
That's what it
no.
is, Mitchell.
Huh. Company front, baby.
Yeah, would you rather march a euphonium
We
or a
gotta go.
baritone?
And
Baritone.
never stop going till we
Go,
get there,
man.
man.
Not going till we get there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't like the bigger baritones, euphoniums, whatever you prefer to call them. I don't like them.
That's
It's
fair.
just it's just like they're so big.
Right.
It gets
I
to a
I
point to where
I
it's
hate it.
like
I hate holding a youth, dude.
keep your trumpets, your mellows, your berries, and then you get your tubas. And I get the euphonium. I get it.
It's just a deeper
bigger
sound.
berry.
It's just a
It's a
deeper
deeper
sound.
sound. Well, it's exactly. It's a bigger instrument. It's deeper.
Right.
Bigger you get, the deeper it gets. So I get
Right.
the tone behind it, but like, I don't know why. I just don't like
It
euphoniums.
does the same job effectively as a
Yeah,
baritone does,
exactly. And
theoretically, technically.
like at
But it's
Tarpon,
just a stylistic approach. It's just
yeah.
whoever wants to use it can use it.
Like I don't think I've ever seen a euphonium in person. Like a marching
Oh,
euphonium. I don't think I ever
Carmel
have.
marches youths. I'm pretty sure Music City doesn't march baritones. I'm pretty sure they march youths only.
Interesting.
Which is interesting.
Because I know Devils does use.
Yeah, Devils only marches youths. I
So
think. I don't know for sure.
because
Um,
I've seen them in person from afar, but I've never like seen one in my hands or like right next to me. Like at Tarpon, We do baritones, 3 Barry parts. That's all we need. That's all. But we also don't have like the low brass section to do it.
Right.
But I don't think Ford would want to march a youth section. he wants
No.
he wants 24 mellophones before he gets to the youths.
We have, yeah. That's what we had senior year at Carmel. 24 mellophones.
Oh
It's too many.
shit. This show just gives me those Babylon vibes.
Oh, it's the props too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The props and the uniforms give me like a reverse Babylon. Like a opening and finding the world Babylon. Finding peace.
I don't, it seems too much of like a high school idea concept to me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And they perform the show great. It's just, I just don't think, it doesn't seem like a Vanguard show. We have Ouroboros, we have Babylon, Vox
Ballet for Martha, one of their best shows, especially with the Simple Gifts Company front.
Like,
lovely.
if you were to tell me Vanguard would do that show, I would
say you're stupid.
Like, I would think, well, I wouldn't go that far. That's kind of
no, I wouldn't go that far.
but
still, it's the idea of like I would look at you and say you're crazy. There's no way they would. It just doesn't seem like a Vanguard show.
It seems like a show that Crown would do over Vanguard, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Like
it
that
seems more like a Crown show.
Yeah, but with a better brass book, in my opinion.
Yes, most definitely.
So that's just my opinion.
My opinion. Yeah, I mean, I share the same opinion, dude.
Carolina Crown.
All right, let's go to the third place.
Yeah, third place. I thought that when they did that thing with the tarp, it was really cool.
It was.
I just think they have way too much fabric.
Yeah.
Way too much. I think they let their brass book down, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
To fill in with all these tarps, props, and fabrics. Which I have liked them. They all add a cool effect, but I want brass. I want
if I'm looking at a Crown show, if I'm watching a Crown show, I want to blast my face off not just not a really percussion heavy book. I don't like that about Crown.
Yeah.
That's not to say Crown percussion is any bad. Like I don't think Crown percussion is bad at all.
Yeah.
But it's not Crown. It's not Crown's identity. That's not that's not who they are.
This show is a glorified easier E = MC squared. The uniforms look very similar.
Right. And that's not a bad thing.
The book seems a bit lighter. It is a bit lighter.
I was gonna say it is.
They're going more general effect.
Which
and they somehow
understandable, but at the same time,
they got 4th in GE somehow. They're going all
about
out
that.
Like that's no. I think like you can toss up between if Devils or Boston has more GE, but Coates and Crown definitely have more general effect than Devils and Boston.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Like
there's no way.
Like you can't Coates was going all out general effect. Like you can't tell me otherwise. Like
no,
that's what they wanted.
I agree.
They had a whole and the thing is the cool thing about the costumes is like the costume change. I don't like it.
No.
But I realized from where we were sitting the second night that I was like, I don't think they have them assigned. I think they're really baggy, so they just have them rolled up in these carts, so they just grab them, throw it on, and it doesn't matter which one because they're all baggy anyway. So it just goes over everything.
Pajamas. They're pajamas is literally what they are. No, like they're literally pajamas.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. And so
I don't know if I like that.
To assign.
I don't think I like that, but you know what? Whatever. They decided to do it, and that's their choice.
Yeah, that's very interesting, but
not my idea, not what I would do, but I'm not the one getting paid thousands of dollars. Oh, it's not the guitar.
We've watched that clip like 5 times.
I want more guitar. Oh, homie's got the guitar. Homie's got the second guitar.
Oh yeah. Definitely an acid trippy show.
I want to say one thing.
If it's
As
not,
much
if
as
it's
I love
mean,
the
if it's
guitar,
mean,
as much as I love the guitar, the one comment I have seen and heard from various people is that that seems like a trumpet chart. That seems just like a copy and paste, like especially for the first. It just seems like a it just seems like a trumpet chart. But don't get
like
me wrong,
throughout
I
the
love
whole
the guitar.
show.
No, just like the first one, like the one where he's playing in like the first guitar solo,
Oh
like
well,
the
I
big
mean,
one.
if you were to do a show
It's an
basically on an
acid
acid
trip,
trip,
so
I would throw a guitar in there too.
oh, I would totally throw guitar.
So
Yeah, just
I'm
throw a
not
fork.
against it. I'm
I'm
not
not
against the
against it.
guitar.
I'm not against it, but that's like one of the comments that I've seen multiple times. It just seems like it was written for trumpet, and last second it was like, oh, let's just do a guitar.
Yeah, Bluecoats
Which,
usually have killer trumpet solos.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and flugel solos. What about Wonderful World?
Oh yeah. From afar, you can't even see that they have like
Hoods.
well, not even just the hoods. They have all this like stuff in their hair.
Yeah, it's all slicked
Like-
back. Yeah,
Yeah, it's slicked back with like sparkles and stuff and like glitter.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell me that Boston's percussion got what that night?
Fourth on finals night. I don't agree with
No.
that. I don't agree with that either. My one thing, again, Lacrimosa will never be my favorite,
Oh, shush.
but they performed it well, and
Yeah.
I will give them credit. I will give them credit where credit is due. I will give any group credit where credit is due. They performed it well, and I really
You'll give them.
enjoyed Boston's
You'll give
show.
it. You'll give all the credit where credit's due, unless it's Bluecoats.
No, I'll give Bluecoats credit where credit's due. Don't get me wrong, I'll give them credit where credit's due. Like, I like what they do at the beginning. Oh, it's Alex.
Hey, that's Kanta. He marched Boston last year.
He just says, hey, I'm gonna go to Devils.
Basically,
I don't blame him.
like I will admit that guy, he's going up to those notes. Doesn't even look like he's the one playing.
No.
He's just very strong. And I'm gonna say this again. And I said this, I don't know if I said it on the podcast or not. But it's not hard to have clean blobs on the visual mark. It's not hard.
Right,
A
but
blob is a blob.
okay, but it's also, again, it's clean. I'm gonna put that point out there.
Yeah, but again, it's not hard to have one.
You're
A
right.
blob
You're
is
right.
a blob. If I get Yahtzee dice and I throw them, perfect. It's a blob.
Right.
It's not that hard to have a blob, or a scatter set, or anything like that. Stuff that shows real visual, clarity and definition are straight lines, circles, like actual
Oh,
circles. like circle drill
Oh
type of
no, no,
circles,
no, 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 no,
perfect
no, no, no. I'm not even
arcs,
gonna think about that. I don't want to think about
box
that. No, thank you.
rotations,
Nope, stop.
like
No circle drill. No, I'm not going
perfect
back. I can't go
diagonals
back.
through a giant diamond or square or rectangle,
Right.
whatever. Not a blob. So that's probably how they were getting basically perfect visual scores from whoever is the blob sets.
Do I agree with it?
No,
No.
you can't agree
But
with it. You can't
do I
like
see even the slightest argument for it?
no,
Okay, I'll tell you,
no.
I will
That
say
doesn't show
it's a
skill.
very slight argument, but I don't think it should have been a
It's
20.
okay to do a blob set here and there,
Right.
and but if you're gonna do blob sets
It's
throughout your
gotta be,
whole
yeah.
entire show, like one or two's fine. Like at the end of the show, you want to get a blob, go.
Go for
If you
it.
wanna, if
Crazy.
you're
Go
getting in a
crazy, dude.
blob to like do like a choreo move, that's cool.
Live life to your
And
heart's content.
the fact is, at Boston and Tarpon, anytime we would have a blob set, we would only work it because
It'd
we'd
be a
have
bunch of
choreo.
body. Yeah, that's
That's the
fair.
only time.
I don't even know. I think I think it was just I think it's just, a classic case of while Blue Devils isn't doing like the super flashy stuff like some other groups are doing, and that's not to discredit anything of what Devils are doing because again, I loved their show this year. I loved Tempest Blue. I liked Ghostlight. I loved Dreams and Nighthawks. I love Metamorph. I love Beat My Heart Skipped. I love Fellini-esque. I love Blue Devil shows. I love BD 1992, one of my favorite marching charts ever. When a Man Loves a Woman, perfect.
That's
Um,
a good show.
it is a fantastic show, actually. Um, but Big Bad and Blue, that's what it's called. Sorry. I'm almost certain. But basically, they aren't doing the hard thing, or they aren't doing like overly flashy things, but they're doing the easy things perfectly. Or they're
Well, and
doing
that's the thing.
but they're
That
doing what they
doesn't,
do perfectly. And
and
I
that's where
get
that
it.
guy that we ran into, and this is a debate I will use till the day I die.
Right. I'll
You
die
can
on
do
this hill.
something if you do something clean that's easy.
I'll
Okay,
give you credit.
cool. I'll give
Fine.
you credit. But if
But if you do something
somebody is
hard and
doing
it's
something
clean,
harder and it's almost 100% clean, like an easy set, I'm going to award that more points. Same with like a brass book. Their book may be perfect, but it's easy. If they're close to a perfect book and it's a little hard, I'm gonna go for the bonus points here.
yeah,
Because playing chords, I'm just saying, if I was to watch somebody play 16th notes as a trumpet section clean, like double tonguing,
right.
clean trumpet section, or watch someone play loud chords that are in tune, I'm gonna go for the clean trumpets.
100%. I agree.
Like,
I
and
just
that's where it gets in
I
the
think
visual
that's what
too.
they're
Blob.
I think that's where we're seeing. I think that's just the classic case of what the judges saw as well. Do I agree with it? I don't really know if I do or I don't because I rotate on
Mm-hmm.
agreeing with it day to day. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I rotate agreeing on that day to day, and it's not always, oh yeah, I agree with giving it more, even if it's dirty. I don't
Well, I'm
always
not
agree with
saying
it.
even if it's dirty, but if it's pretty close to like
Right.
clean,
I'll give them a good, decent
I'm
amount
still gonna
of
be like,
credit.
oh, cool. Oh, they're doing something easy. Okay, I could do that. I could go onto one of
Right.
those spots and march it perfectly. Like it's
But
not.
if it's clean, it's clean, and I think that's what the argument that the judges had
If
was.
it's clean, it's clean, and that's understandable. But you can't be
Right.
giving a perfect score for an easy book when it's not even perfect.
Right. And that's where
And
I
that's
had an issue with the 20.
and that's where I get like, listen, I think Devils they deserve the win, but not by 1.4. And I don't think there should have been
Now,
a tie.
if there should have been a perfect score, it should have been Boston's color guard on that night
Honestly, yeah, if anyone got a
because
perfect score, it should have been the Boston color guard.
uh that's a load of stuff.
And
That's ridiculous, dude. That's criminal. I'm gonna be honest because they
visual
didn't
will
drop
almost
a
never be
single thing.
perfect.
No,
Well, That's how Boston is. The color
Right.
guard is
They
out of
don't
this
drop.
world.
They
They're
don't
not
drop.
even they're on something else. It's like, and that's the thing that I'm getting frustrated about with this visual thing is I'm a visual guy. I would be a lot another scenario. If my students were to go out into a blob, I wouldn't even work it. Unless I have choreo there, I'm not touching it. It's a blob. Yeah, here and there. Check your set, make sure you're in your blob relative zone, but it's free to go anyway.
Unless you get it specifically called out on a tape. But yeah.
Yeah, and like exactly. I'm like, oh, like maybe, oh yeah, space out a little bit more. Remember that. Like there you go. Unless I have choreo, I'm not gonna work it. But box rotation and lines like off the
Yeah.
wazoo, like what Crown had and Phantom had and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I'm not saying Boston had that, but Boston had some clean curves. And I
Yeah.
know we have clean curves because what we do at the end of rehearsal every day is circle drill.
No,
Circle
stop.
drill.
Don't say that. Do not say that word. Do not say those two words with together.
And
I don't know. I can't do
like,
that. I'm
and
not
I'm
I'm
not
not going
bashing
back.
Devils. I'm not.
No.
I love
No,
the
you're
Blue
just being
Devils.
critical. You're just
I'm
being
being
critical and
very
that's okay.
critical on the visual point of things. And the thing about, and again, I think they deserve to win, but not by much.
No, I don't think
Visual
so
score
either.
not
I think the
perfect.
gap was just stupidly big for no reason.
Um,
And I
yeah.
think I think you would ask if you asked a large majority of people, they would agree. They would say
Oh
that
yeah.
gap was a little bit too big. If I could see the max I could see is point 0.7. The max.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like of the gap. Like
So
I think it's
either you elevate Boston a good half a point,
or
or
you bring Devils back down
and
because
I don't know if
that's
you
not
want to
a
bring Devils back. I don't, but I
that's
don't know
not
if
a
you want to bring Devils
99
back
show.
down.
That's not a 90
It's
almost a
no, it shouldn't
99
be. It
show.
should not be a 99 show.
It
Heaven
should be a
forbid.
lot
That is
closer to 98 than it was 99.
yeah. Well,
Because if they broke a 99, I would have been furious. Like,
oh, I would have lost my
personally.
mind. I'm like, are you kidding? I would have been, as the Devils fanboy I am inside, I would have been like, bro, that's sick.
Like,
But at the same time, I don't
and
know if they deserved it that
this is
for a
where I get to the point
99.
where it's like, we talk about cleanliness and judging, and we talk about who should win based off cleanliness or a harder passage that's almost as clean
Right.
because it's harder to get those clean. I can clean, chords a lot quicker than I can clean 24 trumpets double tonguing at the same time.
Right.
And I'm just saying examples.
Right.
I can clean a blob form or a multiple circle form a lot quicker than I can like box rotations or straight lines even. I think
Right.
straight lines are the hardest thing to do.
Oh, I agree.
Cadets company front. Boston's little company front with the leg move. That's hard.
I don't know if I like the leg move, but
We did it
yes.
last year, but it works for what they were trying to do, but it's very hard to keep in time. Um,
I that's why I don't like it. It's a very risky play that you throw
but that's
that
the
in, and
thing.
it's like,
Boston doesn't go for just easy,
no, you're
and that's
right.
that's why that's how Tarpon can compete with like the big dogs. And I'm not saying Carmel and Avon go for easy shows, but
No.
Tarpon's
Oh God,
book
no.
is hard. Like RP1 was not an easy show.
No,
Like
I could
yeah, like
tell. Yeah.
it was an easier show for me because I was a sophomore, but like if I was a rookie going to that show,
Oh, I would have cried.
I would have cried. Like RP1, like I had some hard drill and some hard movements. Like
But you had something prior to like you had a little bit of
exactly,
experience.
and well,
Then you
madness.
would
I
have.
don't know how much I don't know how much experience madness was,
Oh,
but um,
hey, don't dog it.
but RP1
Still won
like
Atlanta.
even yeah we tied in music with
What's
Wando.
up, buddy?
I think it was a tie between music
Let's
with
go,
Wando.
Wando. I'm here for
Um,
it. I am here for Wando supremacy.
but even
Southeast
like
supremacy,
there was a high
Wando.
brass feature in RP1.
Yeah.
and it was like all trumpets and mellows playing that basically. We
Right.
went down the line one day. Only
Oh, that would be awful.
five of us across the whole high brass line got through,
Right.
and it was now a conversation like, do we cut it because it's hard, or do we clean it? And we cleaned it, like, and that's a thing, like, and then the sax feature,
Yeah.
that it was perfect finals night.
Oh,
And
it was. It
that
was
year,
on it.
like, it was on it, and that's
Yeah.
just an example of
That was
like
nails.
hard stuff that
Yeah.
sounds so much cooler when it's perfect or even close to perfect, rather than
Right.
just sitting there playing chords or blobs or anything like. I think obviously you want to perform the best you can, so you go to what your like organization can
Strengths are,
do.
yeah.
But Devils, you're the best drum corps. 20 world championships now. Put some more
That's
out.
10 more than we have.
Like, do some more crazy. You would think I would expect Devils to be doing crazy stuff, like more crazy stuff than they do. Like, I'm not saying they don't do crazy stuff. They do,
No, they do. Like
but I
Carnival
would
of
think like
Venice
their
putting that
whole
so
show
exposed. Oh my
would be
God.
on a piccolo trumpet
That's
too.
right.
But
That's it. That's exposure to the max, dude. That's
and
terrifying me.
I would want, and that's the thing. Like, these organizations push their gun, but Devils keeps it safe, and that's not a bad tactic. They win. It's good. They win. You want to win. I get it. But go out of your envelope, you know? And I know you
Yeah, I
have
get that.
20 world championships, so it's at a point where it's like, oh, we don't need to go out of our boat. But I would love
Right,
to
we
see
know it
Devils
works.
challenge themselves more and make it more competitive because I feel like if they got challenged more, then they may not, you know, always be like first place or second
Well, they
place, you
may not
know?
have that bad rep of, oh, it's just a free win for Devils.
Exactly.
It's
And that's
not a
where
free win. No win is a free win unless it's Metamorph. I,
Metamorph was a good, like, that's a show that they
I don't
challenge
care.
themselves
I
in.
don't care. I don't
Like,
care. No, there is no way you can spin it and tell me that Metamorph was not just
me-
leaps and bounds
and
above everyone.
and
I
that's
don't
one of the
care
Blue Devil
caption
shows.
wise.
I
Like
absolutely agree that Devil should have won that year because they challenged
they
themselves.
slaughtered everyone. They should have slaughtered everyone.
Even
Metamorph
in
was
20
just
and
destruction.
I don't sorry Mitchell, I don't care what you say about 2018 Devils. Babylon was a challenging show for Vanguard and they deserved the win that year.
I don't agree, but whatever.
And 2016 Bluecoats over like Relentless or what was it? It is that no
No,
what
that was 17.
that's 17 Crown 16 Devils. What was it?
Uh, uh, um, uh, um, I'm blanking. It wasn't Beat My Heart Skipped.
Because well, whatever it was,
You know what?
I think it was between
Now I'm
those top
bothered about
three.
it. Now I'm bothered about it. I'm looking it up. It's gonna
But
bother me until I look at it. Oh,
I
as
think
dreams are made on.
dreams were made on. I think downside of people though, people were like, oh well, they didn't win any captions. Well, that's when the Blue Coats really started popping out of their norm, going general effect, and doing something different in a challenging show that they liked. And you
Right.
see, they didn't win any captions,
Right.
but like, except for general effect, I'm pretty
Well,
sure. And it's also just because they challenged themselves that year.
right.
Yeah, they may not have won because of the cleanliness, but they still challenged themselves and got a win. And that's how I view 2016.
Oh, I think Blue
They won.
Devil, or I think Blue Coats winning 2016 is completely justified.
Yeah,
First off,
like
you had the wink around the world. Don't,
general
don't
effect.
get me started. Mm. In the movie theater, oh my God, I would have lost it. I would have absolutely just stood up and said, "That's it. That they win. Game
The
over."
screamers,
If the dude's
the
being a Chad like that, I swear to God, if you're a Chad like that and you're doing that crap on freaking
and
on the biggest stage for marching arts, you
I know
win.
you must
I
not
don't
have liked the
care.
beginning little dance feature that during the
I
like
just I don't like Dancey Dance and Marching Band all that much. It's not my idea because
yeah,
I've
and
never really done
that's
it
your
much.
opinion. Like I like when I see that because it's putting more
I like it
pressure
when
on the
I
performers
like
and
it
it
when
makes
it's
it
done
harder.
right, but at the same time, there are some times where it just is terribly just not it, as in Blue Devils 2022. that is the one thing I will say bad about Blue Devils 22. I did not like that
But
little dance.
listen,
It just looked like,
if
what
that's
is this? Like, why is
if
this
that dance
necessary?
feature is clean, it's impressive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Across
fine.
an 80-person plus horn line,
Whatever.
like
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give you that. But at the
it's
same
impressive.
time, God, just march.
Well, yeah, you can say that, but
Just
we're not.
march.
But now we're getting into that time of age where that's not what people want to see
But it's
anymore. It's
not
just marching.
indoor. But it's not indoor. I'm
Yeah, but
telling you, my
who's
thing
to say
about
that
it,
we can't do that outdoor? That's a problem with a
I'm
lot of
not going to
the.
disagree, but at the same time, that has its place in indoor, which is fine. I have no problem with it. Again, I don't have any
But
problem with
indoors
tasting
just
dancing.
mini marching band. It's
Right.
just on a
And I
basketball court.
believe and I believe that it is more of an environment and arena for it to be more theatric
Well, I think, regardless of
and
the performing
staged
arts, and
because it
since I've
is.
since I've been in with literally like everything,
Right.
I think dancing is an option in anything. I think to
Right.
be a killer performer, you need to be flexible in all parts of
Right.
your
You need to
body.
be fluent. Yeah. No, I agree there. It's
And
just
I
I don't
think
know.
dancing and like yeah, maybe not little like theater and show choir style dancing, but I still think dance breaks and marching shows when they're not playing like during a drum break are badass. If they get that stuff
It
clean,
depends. It depends on what it is
like
because there are
if it's a
some that
silly
just
move,
flop.
whatever. But if it's like cool choreography
I
and they
will
nail
say I
it,
did
it's
like Leander
badass.
2019's drum break and what they're doing because okay, side note, Leander's 2019 drum break for Toxic, absolutely a banger. Love it. Love that movement. They did really well with that. I didn't really like the whole show, but I loved that movement. That is a lot of
And,
my opinions for a lot of marching shows. I
yeah,
will like one movement, but the others I will
yeah, and,
say are not it for me.
yeah. And if I don't like a show, I'll like one movement most of the time. But
Again, that is how I feel about Blue Coats this year. I like the one movement where they play
the keytar movement.
the guitar movement. That's just what we're gonna call it. I don't, until I
The
asked my friend what exactly what did they call that movement? Like what music was it?
yeah, the show for Blue Coats grew on me. But like the thing,
Mm,
like that's a whole nother podcast on itself about performing
right.
arts. But my personal opinion is vocals, and that I mean that's where you have to think about Mitchell.
Vocals, if done right. If
And
done right.
this is
If
where
you don't do it right, it's gonna flop hard for me.
yeah, but this is what you also got to think about, Mitchell. Is what's the whole mission of this organization?
Oh, I know. Connecting all arts one step at a time. I
And that
totally agree.
includes dance, art, vocals, instrumental, everything. And that's where my
Right.
argument comes into play is
And it's
it
a
doesn't
valid
matter
argument.
if I'm a trumpet player or if I'm a
Right.
vocalist. I can be in any type of ensemble and
It's just the
dance
thing
and
that
sing and
I just
play.
was never brought up with that whole.
Yeah,
I was
because
never in my
your marching
programs.
background's different. Yeah.
Right. And that's never been my background. So I just don't usually like it. I don't.
Hmm.
I mean, I appreciate it. I say, okay, it's fine. Good for them. But that's not for me.
Yeah, and
I
I think
don't.
if you had that background, obviously your view would be slightly different. And you'd also realize that doing the dancing things is also a great time to get your facials into the show theme
Oh,
and appear to
definitely.
the audience. And guess what that adds? General
General
effect.
effect.
And
Thanks.
that's what chorus bands anything wants is that GE
Yes, sir.
score. And in show choir, you're looking at our faces because we're singing. And when you're playing an instrument, you can't really have facials
You don't
much.
want to look like you're sad or mopey,
Yeah, and but like when your
but
instrument's off your
like,
face and you're dancing,
unless it's
like
like the tone of the
like
piece.
like
Yeah.
when you look at the end of certain shows, like you have they're like screaming, they're into their theme. It's like in that guy in Troopers with the
Oh, okay. He
that
sold it. He sold
that
that
is
crap.
general effect. That
He
is
sold that
facials.
crap
I would
all
want him in my
day.
show choir any day of the week.
He sold that crap all day.
I don't care if
I'm
you can't
loving it.
sing. I don't care. He's dancing. Like he's coming in. He's just doing that. That's it. He's gonna
I
come
mean,
in with his hat.
performing, I agree. But okay, that was sick. I love what they did. That was freaking darn cool. But yeah, either way, regardless of, it was one hell of a DCI season, and it went by way too quickly. You
Yeah, it
know,
felt like just yesterday we
we're watching the
recorded.
first West Coast shows. We were just watching the first West Coast shows, and I was like, I don't know if I like Manchester this year. Well, it turned out to be one of my favorite.
Yeah, and then the
Once
uniform
once
completely
they put
changed.
once they put the whole uniform together, I was like, okay, that's fine. I have no problem with it. Um, but
Boston
you
won't medal.
know,
Boston won't medal.
Boston won't
Boston
medal.
Crusaders won't
Boston's
medal.
gonna fall to sixth. Uh, again, just
Cadets
seems like
top
just,
six.
oh
No.
no, 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 you couldn't have
Troopers
that.
and Colts making finals? If you told me
Dude,
that
you're
at the
off your
beginning of the
freaking
year.
rocker. You are on something, dude. You're on that acid trip.
Well, the thing is, when we first started talking about it, I think we threw Colts in there, but
Yeah.
Troopers was nowhere to be found. And even
I
towards the end,
don't know about
Trooper,
that.
Troopers, we cut Troopers out. You remember
Unfortunately,
that?
yeah. Oh,
We
I,
cut
I
Troopers
remember
out.
I remember after we cut them, and then it
And then
just
a week
goes.
later, it's like,
We'll
oh.
see. We'll see when they dropped a 4 point increase at Allentown. I'm like, oh,
They're back in.
this might actually be possible now. This might actually this something might actually come of this.
Hell yeah.
Because now I'm so damn glad they did because I love the show. I love Voracious. Voracious was such a cool show. I love the oil show. We love the oil rig. We love Troopers, and we also love Colts. Again, this is a Troopers and Colts fan page. I don't care
Well,
if it's over. It's not
yeah, I was about to
ever over
say,
for Troopers and Colts fan page.
sadly,
It is always over for Troopers and Colts fan page. It's
and
always here.
sadly,
We are here
I'm
for
gonna
it.
I'm taking this hat off to kind of say DCI's over.
Man,
We're now, and this is the end of season one,
this is the end of
and
season one.
and for season two, it's BOA preseason and Bands of America.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
and show choir, I would say it's show choir season, but it's actually mainly going to be all show choir preseason because competitive show choir doesn't really
Doesn't
start
start
until
till like
indoor
January,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, till indoor season. So season three will be full of full of content. But this we get to focus just on marching band again, basically, and like
Let's
sit
go.
down. Like we're gonna get into some sit down ensemble pieces. Maybe some is maybe some what is it? Maslanka, Mahler. Yeah, Mahler.
Adrenaline
That's what you
City.
like.
Oh, I
You
love
love.
Mahler. I
Yeah, you
love
love
me with
Mahler too.
Mahler. I do
Maybe
love Mahler too.
maybe
Mahler
we'll
too
break
makes
down
me
Mahler
cry.
too.
Oh, yes, sir, please. I
Um,
love Mahler too. Mahler 2 is fantastic. Mahler 2 is great. Adrenaline City by Adam Gorb. Again, another sit down banger.
yeah, we'll get more into that, but let you know, let's salute off DCI. Great
Man,
season. Next year will be even more competitive, I think.
who knows? Maybe
Um,
I'll be on tour.
maybe I will be too. We'll do
Hey,
podcasts
you
at
trying
2 in the
to?
morning.
Oh God, no, 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 no! I'm gonna be
Or maybe
sleeping
who
on a
knows?
bus.
Maybe we'll both join Cavaliers and we'll just kind of vlog podcast.
Or we'll join somewhere. We'll go somewhere. We march
Uh,
somewhere for my
who
age out.
knows? Yeah, because next year's your age out, right?
Yes, sir. Age out,
So
rage out, baby. We going.
so hopefully, but that's 4 seasons away, so we don't have to worry about that
We don't have to worry about that just yet.
yet.
And I'll start
um.
worrying about that here in the next couple of weeks, but I individually will do it.
Oh yeah, and you can tell us your progress.
Oh God, I don't even. We're fine.
um,
We're gonna be good.
but
It's gonna be good.
you
It's
know,
gonna be great.
let's DCI season. Congratulations to I'm gonna say our 4 medalists. I'm giving Crown the bronze.
Yeah.
Um,
Which
so
means
great
it's your top
season.
five.
But as an old door shuts, a new one opens, and now we're in season two.
We are in season two.
And here's some things before we sign off today. So you're gonna notice when we post the podcast, it's still gonna say episode 13, but just know the next episode after this one will be episode 13, but it's season 2, episode 1. On YouTube and stuff, it will have a like like playlists, so you'll know if you don't know from the description of the
Right.
video. Um, and basically next week we're gonna get a roster of our BOA like indie, like actually break down this roster and talk about groups who have, obviously school should be almost sort of for everybody. Talk about these band camps, any shows that may have been revealed, because I know some programs reveal them way, way too early, in my opinion.
I am not
Um,
legally obligated or allowed to say what I know. A
yeah,
lot
I
of
can't
what
say
I
stuff I know. Anything,
know. I
if a
can't
program
say
has
anything.
posted it, we will address it. But if
But
not, and
if
we know,
not,
we're not saying it.
I can't say crap. There
Yeah,
are
because I
certain
know a
programs where
lot
I
of
cannot say.
programs.
Oh, I know a lot of stuff. I know a
And
lot of tea,
also,
dude.
this is time. And also, just so you guys know, we're not only going to be doing BOA. I know it sounds like we are. We're
We'll
also going to be
cover
doing,
we'll cover state circuits too.
yeah, state circuits and any other
I'll
like
be at
mini
some shows
circuits.
for I'll be at some shows for the KMEA circuit if I can when I
I'll be
have
at a
time.
lot
I
of
might pop
OMEA
out.
ones.
I'll be at some shows. I'll be at some local shows around here. Pop out and see some local groups and see what they have and see what
Yeah,
they're
and
bringing out this year.
we'll get to talk about the high school bands we work with
Yes,
throughout
sir.
this season. Um, but besides for that, I mean, that's kind of what the next season's going to be about: is high school marching band, sit down stuff, show choir preseason, and then towards the end of the season will be indoor preseason, since
Yes,
that's
sir. And
we'll
you
start
know,
approaching that.
I may or may not be looking at an indoor group, marching an indoor group this winter.
Hey, we could both do Cincinnati.
No, 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 no. Come to yeah. Actually, come to Valhalla Wins. It's a new group, new open class group, and WGI. Come to Valhalla Wins. That is my favorite indoor group.
Where are they?
Miamisburg, so Dayton.
Dayton. That's even closer.
Dude, that's a halfway point for us, dog.
I may have to I may have
I'm
to
just
think
saying.
about that too.
Honestly, you want to march together? Let's go march together. Let's just do it.
This would
Let's
be
go do it.
that would be our first time marching together.
Exactly.
That
That would
would be
be
an
interesting.
experience.
Dude,
Same
that would be an
section.
experience. Oh, yes, sir. You know it, dude.
Oh Lord,
We
that
would
would be
do it. We
interesting.
got it.
Um, website stuff before
Oh,
we sign off.
website stuff.
All pre-orders are done. They're all ordered. Um, if you look on the website now, obviously it doesn't say pre-orders anymore. They're now just open. And if you waited for pre-orders to be done, lucky you, because now there's like 4 or 5 colors of every shirt. And we plan to be adding sweatshirts, hats, phone cases, stuff like that within the next coming months. So cool stuff. There's some. I really like the Life is Better with Music one with the
Oh, I do
purple
too.
shirt.
Oh, I do too.
Very nice. So I may be getting one of those for me. It's a very nice shirt. But yeah, we're already more than halfway through August, so we're approaching September, and you know what that means, Mitchell.
What does that mean? Oh, Hades.
Wait.
We got Hades potentially coming.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hades coming
yo.
soon. Um, feels like the last month I haven't been able to almost like work on it at all
No,
because
you've been busy.
I've had
You've been
I've had
doing
two
stuff.
band camps, vacation, just got back to like normal life. Like
Yeah.
when I got back into town, Mitchell, I'm telling you, I slept till like 2, woke up
Oh,
and
I
then
believe
slept
it.
till like 8 p.m. I felt
Right.
like I got back from a tour. Like that's what
Right.
I did last year when I got back from tour.
Mm-hmm.
It was whack. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's everything.
That do be
DCI's
everything.
over.
Sad.
No, we're no longer
We
Colton
might have
Troopers fan
some. No,
page.
we still are, regardless of. I
Maybe
don't
we'll
care
make
what
a
you say.
T-shirt. Maybe
Oh,
we'll
we
get
should.
if we get
We
Colton
told
Troopers permission, we should make like a Colton
logo
Troopers
shirt.
fan page T-shirt.
Knowing what I know about the Troopers and their Instagram presence, I could totally see them giving us an okay, possibly.
Oh,
It seems because
Troopers,
it
I'm fine with
seems.
that.
Oh, I would totally, dude. We are a Troopers fan page. I talked to the core director actually when I was in Indy after they made finals because I was hanging out with my friend from Troopers and I ran into their core director because their core director was all walking around and we ran into him and I talked to him for a couple minutes. He's cool. He's really cool. But yeah,
Hmm. I don't know if they did the block score releasing before.
it seems like
I
it was new.
I don't like it. I'd rather just wait to know all the scores so I have the anticipation of
I
knowing who makes
get it,
finals
but at
rather
the
than
same
knowing.
time, I get why they released it in blocks
Yeah,
so they
but
don't
if
have massive riots if something does not go their way and they can have time to like plan and adapt their plans like
yeah,
for the individual cores too like if
but I
you're on the
think
bubble and you don't make it but you're anticipating making it so that way you have a backup plan but I don't know, we'll
I
see.
think there'd be a riot regardless.
Oh, there definitely was. Well,
So
actually, I don't even know if there was this year. I think this year is pretty justified.
yeah, I don't think Crossman and Blue Knights threw a riot.
No, I think because I was talking to some of their members, and one of the members I talked to from Blue Knights, one of my good friends who was in the snare line, he literally said, he's like, because he marched with me at Carmel 16 through 19. He's like, dude, I've already got 3 rings. Scores don't matter to me. And I'm like,
I'm
I
done with you.
that's
No, you know
that's
what?
valid.
This
That's
conversation's
valid.
done. We're done.
Well, no, it's the point of the matter. It's the point that I'm trying to make is he just doesn't care about the scores anymore because it's just about the thrill of performing for him. He's won.
Season one's done.
There you go.
No
On
more
that note,
DCI.
and
We're done.
well, I will say we anticipate the return of Baby Blue in 23. So welcome back, Spirit, hopefully in 2023, and welcome back,
Oh
Seattle
yeah.
Cascades, hopefully in
And
2023. Love to see them come out.
here's my estimate for next year's winner.
Okay, all right. Well, who
I think it's
knows?
very possible. We made a lot of headway this year.
Depends on the show.
And I know Boston's got a good show cooking
See,
with a hard book.
we'll
Side
see.
note. Yeah, but let's get into these high school marching bands next week.
Yes, sir.
We have no clips to really look at, so
We'll just talk
um, it's gonna be more just talking podcasts until the first BOA show. So,
until the first show that my band comes out. I can't really send any clips in.
oh yeah,
'Cause- yeah,
we'll wait. We'll wait for those.
yeah.
But yeah, we're good. If you want to get those new colors of the t-shirts, I know I'm
I
gonna be
might
getting
have
a
to
few.
snag a. I might. I might have to snag a couple. Depends. We'll
That
see. We'll
purple
see.
one's nice.
That purple
Um,
one looks kind of nice.
and
I don't
the
really
hat
have
the
any
hat
purple
idea I
shirts.
have is pretty cool too. So
Oh,
I have
we
to.
haven't even talked about that. Yeah, you're just keeping secrets now. You're
I know
keeping
I'm
secrets from
just
me. How
keeping
dare you?
merchandise secrets.
Dang.
Maybe
So that's how
maybe
it's
I'll
gonna be. Man,
yeah, even a phone case, man. I'm gonna
I would get the phone
whatever.
case.
We've ranted too long.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, thank you
All
everyone for
right.
tuning in for our season finale. It was a season,
It
but
was a season.
we'll
There
catch you
was, in
next
fact,
week.
a season.
Yeah, some COVID breaks, but we'll catch y'all.
They mitigated them.
Yep, but we'll catch y'all next week for season 2 with Bands of America and high school marching circuits and preseasons and a whole plethora of things, all high
Yes,
school related
sir.
now. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next week. Peace out.